Turn around. Back the other way now. Slower! Slow down. Whoa! Let's go! We're turning around. Move it! Let's go!
So, feeling calmer? Can we pick up where we left off?
I'm not sure I feel like confiding in you. Please, leave me more time.
I can't wait for you to tell me the rest of your story.
I'm getting there. After that magical meeting, my mind was made up. I wanted to spend my life with horses. I talked to my parents the very next day, but they were not very encouraging.
They didn't want you to ride horses.
My parents are lovely. Their one wish in the world is for me to be happy. Unfortunately, demand for violins had dropped and my mother was far from rich. They didn't have the money to pay for lessons, and the school near the village was out of their price range. I was heartbroken, but I knew I would have to abandon my horse riding dream for a while. Even my summer jobs didn't pay enough to take lessons. My one consolation was to return to the meadow in the evening to play for the horses, and they never missed one performance. It was extraordinary to see them standing there, patient and attentive, like statues. On the evening of July 14th, I might not have had a band in which to play, but I had my own audience. The 4 horses returned as always, listening and staring, then leaving as mysteriously as they had come. A kind of silent bond developed between them and me, and as fireworks exploded over the town, I was beset with sadness once more as I thought about my impossible dreams of horse riding. But when I saw the faces of my 4 spectators, my heart soared. Playing for them was a gift that would soon make my life take a decisive turn. Very soon, in fact. The next day.
Don't tell me. If you want to know what happened next, come back later. Am I right?
If you still want to, it'll be a pleasure.
So how did your stay with MC Mellon go?
One word for it, paradise. His house was a mansion, huge grounds, swimming pool, everything a star could want. I also discovered his secret passion, horse riding. He had the use of a local stable, and on his rest days would go and take care of his horses. It was the first contact I'd ever had with the animals, and I confess, they fascinated me. After teaching me the basics of horseback riding, he showed me how intelligent they are, and how alert to our moods and reactions they can be. His stable offered starter lessons, and I signed up immediately. Of course, MC Mellon didn't give me lessons. He was far too busy on tour. But I am forever grateful to him for introducing me to my passion, and I seriously decided I wanted to work with horses. But one day, something happened to change my mind.
You changed your mind? I don't understand.
If you come back, I'll tell you.
Are you ready to carry on your story, Miguel?
You've listened to me up to now, and so I won't offend you by silence. Anyway, none of it was my fault. The businessman who had it in for my father had not only decided to take revenge, but also destroy his life. And he went all out. He set up a whole scam to make my mother believe that my father didn't love her anymore. He imitated my father's handwriting, paid false witnesses, and used other tricks to convince my mum that my father had fallen in love with another woman and that he wanted to leave her. My mother was a proud woman and decided to split, leaving my dad alone with no explanation.
You've got to be a real lowlife to pull a stunt like that.
The man was a real monster. And it all came from ancient history back in Barcelona.
What happened in Barcelona?
My dad and the business guy were good buddies in the past. My dad and him spent lots of time together. The business guy had a son, and he wanted his son to join his business when he was older. But when the son met my dad, his passion for animals won out. He stopped caring for his own father's business and wanted to become a vet. The businessman had lost control over his own son, and he blamed my dad.
But to go from there to marriage breaking, that's madness.
I think the hate gnawed him up inside, and he had no idea of the consequences of his actions. The situation just went from bad to worse.
How so?
Can we talk about it some other time? I want to tell you the tale, but not right away.
As you like. I'll be back. I couldn't wait to start the French Academy. We owed it to ourselves to live up to our first great performance. With hindsight, I wonder if I wasn't set on showing my secret admirer what I was capable of, seeing as he probably came from the Pinewood Academy. If I really impressed him, he might show his face.